back, everybody. We got our guy Chef Ron in the studio kitchen getting jiggy with it. And today he's making this steak ranchero.
Steak Ranchero, also known as rancher
Ranchero.
steak.
Okay.
Roll that R. Roll that beautiful bean footage. Nah.
I love those commercials.
Me too, man. Me too. I love it when the dog is like, I'll keep the secret.
Yeah. Duke.
Duke. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what I just learned? Like not even 2 seconds ago. You
What's
just
that?
told me my dog's name is Duke. So I wonder
There
if
you
I
go.
named him after Duke's Bush's baked beans.
You did. It was
that's
that
what
mental
was.
telepathy.
That's what it was. Got it. Well, it worked out. It was going to be Duke if it was a boy. It was going to be Duchess if it was a girl.
Okay.
And it turned out it was a boy. So
I
we
can
went
rock with
Duke.
that.
Yes, sir.
Rock with it.
So we had some ideas, but anyway, we landed on Duke. I'm sure he's somewhere right now sniffing around trying to find something to eat because that's his thing. Okay. So what we did, we started with a T-bone.
Yes.
Any steak will do on here.
Okay.
Any steak will do. And then I also want to say, this is something you're just going to add to over the years. It's a rancher steak. It was initially made for the guys on the ranch. When they wanted to eat, they'd get them a piece of cattle, cut a good piece of steak off of there, something tender, something
Can't beat
moist.
a good steak.
Yes, sir. And then they grill it up a little bit. And then when you grill it, you want to grill some vegetables behind it. Maria and I were talking. You were here a few minutes ago. Maria said she uses serranos. I like that idea.
Serranos are really good, man.
Yeah, they're a little spicier than jalapenos too, in my opinion. But so I know Maria could take some heat. As for me, I went with a little bit of jalapeno, and then I still cut the seeds out.
Okay.
And I washed them off a little bit, just to get a little bit more.
Get that heat out of there.
Yeah, yeah. I get heartburn.
Hey,
I'm an old man now.
I understand.
Yeah.
I understand.
And then you want to cook your steak to whatever temperature you cook your steak to. I like medium, so I'm gonna cook this to about 130, 135, somewhere in that area. And then I'm gonna pull it off.
Sorry, didn't mean to cut you off. When you cook your steak, do you cook it on medium high or medium? How do you do it?
I usually cook it a little. I like my pan to be searing hot.
Okay.
I want where if I accidentally touch it with my hand, scarred for life.
Right.
So that's the idea. You want to get it searing hot.
Gotcha.
Only problem is it's going to generate a lot of smoke in here right now.
Yes.
So I don't necessarily want to generate too much smoke. I went with a good T-bone on there, so you can go the New York strip, a hanger steak, a fillet, ribeye, whatever. Sirloin. I personally don't recommend sirloin, but you can.
A filet mignon?
Yes, sir. Filet mignon. Sirloin is just a little too lean for me. Yes, sir. And this steak, it's a T-bone, but it's a small T-bone, and you want to look for a thinner cut as well.
Okay.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to brown this steak, and I wish I would have had tongs a minute ago. Another reason I did a good job by not and you want to look at that good crust on there, and then what we're going to do is when we done with the steak, we're going to cut it off the bone. And when we cut it off the bone, what we're going to do is we're going to start sauteing these vegetables here. So, and the vegetables are a matter of preference, for one.
Okay.
For two, a matter of flavor.
Okay.
Like, so I said I want to go with the white onions because they have more of an onion flavor.
Yeah.
I want to go with the Roma tomatoes because they have a good juiciness to them.
Okay.
I want to go with jalapenos because I don't want it as
Not
hot
all
as
the
some
heat,
other.
right.
You could also go to Anaheims, Poblanos, green chilies, whatever you want to slice up and put in there. I put some green onions in there, some cilantro. I added a little bit of roasted garlic, and I added a little bit of squash.
Okay.
And then I put a steak seasoning that you're probably not going to be able to find. And this says that this is Kinder's Fajita Blend. That is a lie. What I did was I put some Bada brand chili and lime seasoning. I mixed it with a little bit of garlic salt, a little bit of Kinder's Fajita mix, and a little bit of steak seasoning.
Okay.
I mixed it all up, shook it up really good, and then I season that steak with that. I'm gonna let it sear on there. Then I'm gonna season these vegetables, and I'm gonna add a splash of, you don't have to do bush or beer of any type. You can do water.
Okay.
But I'm using a little bit of beer, and I'll put a little bit of beer. I'll put some lime juice on the very end, and then I'll throw the steak back in there after everything's cooked up. But before then, you know what they're gonna do, Ro?
They're going to take a break.
They're gonna take a break. They're gonna go brush your teeth. Teeth, tongue, and lips. Make sure you get all 3 pieces.
Yeah,
You get it all. Get it
Yes.
all. Teeth, tongue, and lips.
Come on,
So-
Dr. Ron. Talk
Got
to
it.
him.
Yeah, well, you know, I'm an expert on oral hygiene. Nah, that's a lie. So, get all that done.
Back, everybody. We have our guy, Chef Ron, in the studio kitchen getting jiggy on some steak ranchero this morning.
Ranchero. It's fun to say, ain't
It is.
Yes,
I
sir.
like it.
So, I do want to say this, too. They're like, why he got that bone sitting there? Just throw that bone away. But I always say that's for the chef. That's, or dad. Give it to dad. How
Okay.
about that? If dad doesn't grill the steak, give it to dad. It's like you're gonna get steak all over your face, holding that, biting all the meat on the inside.
Real quick though.
Yes, sir.
At home, do you like to give that to Duke?
No, sir. He don't eat from the table. And I know people do that. I'm not judging y'all, but we don't. I don't want him to start learning the bag.
You don't want to spoil it.
No, not at all. Not at all. I've already spoiled some kids. I'm good on the dog too. I have enough spoiled people in my presence.
I feel that.
So I have some cilantro. You see that cilantro? I didn't bother dicing it up real small. I wanted to leave it kind of big because for one, it doesn't have to be diced up really small. For two, if it's big bunches like that and you don't eat cilantro,
I love cilantro.
Push it to the side. But for the people that don't, I'm with you on that. I can go with some cilantro.
Oh, yeah.
And then we just take the steak pieces, put it in here. You're welcome to serve this with some Spanish rice, some potatoes, a little bit of papas, some beans, whatever you want to do. Just pull your pieces of steak out, serve it. It's not going to be the prettiest, but that's a me thing. I didn't make it the prettiest. I just slice the steak off the bone. I have the calabacitas, and you could eat the calabacitas, the green onions. You could push them into a separate, almost like a side. And then you want to take this. Y'all, I did forget that I had my stove going, so I lost a lot of the liquid, but I do still have some liquid. Boom. And then what you can do is sop this up with a tortilla while you eat this. But anyway, I lost a lot of it to evaporation. And then, but don't do that. Just cook your steak where you want to cook it. I also learned that you could put a little bit of tomato sauce. Myself and Maria, we don't do this, where we put the tomato sauce in there. But it's another option. You put the tomato sauce in there, add a little bit more water, a little bit more beer, whichever your case is, a little bit more chicken stock or chicken bouillon, just a sprinkle. And then you can make more liquid as well. So there was no reason to do that when I started because I had a perfect amount, but then I was turning around washing dishes and realized that I hear a sizzle behind me, and that's when I realized that all of my liquid was evaporating. Yes, sir. So I'm gonna pull these squash out. The green onions, you don't have to do that, but it's also not a bad thing to do. Some of y'all are like, oh, this is a low-carb meal. And you're right, it's a very low-carb meal. It's got some green onions, it's got some squash, and it's got steak, low-carb, high-protein. And then the last little bit, this is a lime.
Oh, my eye.
Oh, isn't that something you always have to watch out for?
Man.
A little bit of lime in there, some extra lime juice. And remember, I used the lime and chili seasoning with this. So I didn't need a ton of lime, but I did put some lime earlier. And I put a little bit of lime now because this TV. And then we're going to eat a little bit of squash because
it's good.
Can't help it. Yes, sir. It's cooked perfectly, too. Got a little bit of bite to it. Just a little bit.
Yeah.
Not terribly mushy.
You going to have it at the restaurant next week when y'all open back up?
No, sir. Get the steak on sale and then buy it for your house, and then you can enjoy it whenever you want. And y'all play with the steak recipes. Y'all try them out, use them for your family, enjoy them, and yeah, right.
And then
prices are going up.
Chef Ron,
Sunday's Kitchen.
There we